kid. I was one of those kids that was thinking, wow, I can change my grades, or I can hack into a bank and do wire transfers, that kind of thing. Like, that's what, you know, the glamour of that is what drew me in.
A group of Boston hackers called Loft say there's another side to hacking.
But here you can see the different plane that's coming in. This is stuff that's just transmitted in data for anyone to listen to.
They say true hackers would never steal or invade someone else's privacy. Here you were listening to Serbian fighter planes.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this whole list has basically been contributed by people around the world.
Our definition of a hacker is somebody who wants to figure out how things work.
They were even asked to advise the government on ways to keep America's computers safe.
Within 30 minutes, the 7 of you could make the internet unusable for the entire nation. Is that correct?
That's correct. Actually, one of us with just a few packets.
Pointing out flaws in the systems we all rely on is the essence of what is called the hacker ethic, which is exactly what Chameleon believed he was following when he broke into military websites and then showed them how he got in.
Chameleon's ideals and theories were probably a lot more advanced than they look like on the surface. He was trying to tell people, ask questions. There's a danger here.
It's about taking, you know, like a product that everybody says is secure and showing people that it's not.
Here you even tell them how to fix the way that you got in.
And that's what we do on most sites. Technically, it is illegal, and it's not cool to go change somebody's webpage, but sometimes I think that the ends justify the means.
Many hackers will admit to crossing the line, even when they know it's wrong. What kinds of things did you used to do?
I could take control of your keyboard, and just on my screen I'll see what you're typing. You know, dear diary, you know, today was messed up, blah 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 blah. I'm reading all of that. Or
just as I'm typing
just as you're typing it, real time.
It's power.
Yeah, that's why I do it, because it's power.
Power that comes at a price. A hacker friend of Shamrock's was arrested, and now Shamrock is worried that he might be next.
Does he need to be bailed out? Did his mom tell you anything? Does she know?
Now he's on a mission to find a disc his friend left behind before the police do.
Where, your friend's house?
Yeah. This is Creepy Chris's house.
Creepy Chris?
Yeah, that's what we call him. He's a programmer. Programmers don't get out much.
What do you think you could find on this disc?
The police. You know, when we're listening to them on the radio, obviously they're transmitting on a radio frequency. We know what frequency they're transmitting on because we're receiving it. Now, if you use the same theory of, you know, you're retriangulating the location of a cellular phone user via the frequency that's being transmitted on. Why can't we do that with police?
So you're keeping tabs on them, basically, or that's what you're looking to do?
Ideally, that's what we want. We want on our laptop to know the location of every squad car within the nearest vicinity of whatever town we're in, whatever city we're in. Just right there.
What do you want us to do? You want us to wait down here while you go upstairs?
I'll run, like seriously. Piece of evidence, I'm not going to say how, but is here that we have that he is the only one that could get access to.
Okay, so you got access to it. Can we just see it? Can you just show it to me?
I'm not. I'm sorry. For legal reasons, I can't. The one that's had it has been taken in. Our boy's in jail. We'll be back. You want this?
All right, so you're going home? Or somewhere? Either we are on like the single wildest goose chase I've ever been on in my entire life, or these guys have like some serious stuff that I am dying to figure out what it is. Well, we never did find out what was on that disc, and the truth is, you never really know what you're dealing with when it comes to hacking. And that's something Chameleon found out when he allegedly got a hold of some software that controls our military satellites.
This guy like came on chat, and so he wanted like the software. You know, he thought I had it or something. And he's like, yeah, I want to give you a bunch of money for it, blah blah blah. So played along with the guy at first because I thought it was a total joke. Later he's like, you know, go check your P.O. box or whatever. So I go down there with my friend, there's like $1,000, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, what the heck?
All of a sudden, all this mischief he was causing behind this screen in his parents' bedroom became a reality, and it became a reality to him in a harsh way.
They had us surrounded. They had FBI all on this wall.
I felt the gun to my head. That's what woke me up, because I'm a pretty sound sleeper. The next thing I know, I see my sister getting pushed out the stairs, and then in the room up there, my mom's coming out of the shower with this little towel around her, and that kind of like is, you know, to see your mom, like all these, you know, agents and whoever guys down here, and then your mom going across in like this tiny towel is kind of, you know, pisses you off a lot.
He ripped me right out of the shower, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Coming after cyber terrorist?
Coming out after this one here, who was the, you know, he was selling, what did they think? You're selling secrets to bin Laden in Afghanistan.
The $1,000 check in Chameleon's P.O. box turned out to be from a Pakistani terrorist linked to Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden is thought to be responsible for the bombings of 2 U.S. embassies that killed over 200 people.
Chameleon was the first incident that has come to the public of a foreign terrorist organization contacting a teenager in the United States trying to buy military secrets. And I think terrorists are going to start to realize the same thing that our U.S. government has began to realize, and that is our systems have problems.
I've been to the end of the internet and back. Over the course of my years, I've done everything possible. I've done the good, I've done the bad. I'm more on the good end now.
Mantis has managed to keep his record clean. He even teaches a class at his high school.
So for all of y'all being good students, you all passed because you all have pages up on the net. There you go. Yo, keep up with that. There are people making like a lot of money for that. If you learn it up more, I'll give you a job making some dough. I'm really focused. I'm going off to college. I'm going somewhere, and I don't want to do anything wrong to mess it up.
What has it been about your life that's made you able to not fall into some of the traps that some of the people that you know have fallen into?
If I do any of those things from the past, I will really go out of my way to make sure that, you know, none of that's coming back to me.
Can you cover your tracks?
It is, yeah, definitely possible to cover your tracks.
So now if there is anything that you're doing that's illicit and illegal, you at least know how to make sure no one knows you're doing it.
Yes.
You know, over like the last few years and like basically ever since I got into hacking, it's just been kind of like a wild ride or, you know, somewhat of a movie.
We're on the Vegas Strip, and tomorrow morning, around 9 or so, we're going to head over to the Las Vegas Convention Center thing for the conference.
After the raid, started thinking a lot different about like my life and like what I wanted to, you know, start doing with it and then, you know, turn things around.
It's going to be a bunch of the business types and such, so I'll fit in pretty good with the blue hair.
These days, Chameleon is living the hacker dream, creating security software for companies to protect themselves from people just like him.
We basically are creating software that has, you know, somewhat of a hacker brain to it, smarter than the rest, in the way that it can think for itself and actually find holes.
The last time we met up with Shamrock, he was on a mission to find a disc before the police did. Well, he found it, but shortly after, the police also found him.
Just got out of jail?
Yeah.
Last night?
Yeah, last night around 6, I got questioned about 3 separate incidents, completely unrelated to one another, and completely, you know...
What are you being charged with?
I have no idea. All I know is I have to go to court next week.
You have no idea what you're being charged with?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm being charged with.
What did they tell you that you were being charged with?
They told me the attempted wire fraud for the Bell Atlantic. I have a drug charge with intent to distribute.
Are you a good guy or a bad, like, you know...
There is no such thing.
There is no such thing as a good guy and a bad guy?
All the good guys are bad guys too, and all the bad guys are good guys too. Nothing
is really clear-cut about it?
Not at all. And that goes for anything, whether you're involved with computers or cops or TV or Wall Street or whatever.